How's it going? It's Chris from Big P Social Club. Doing a little subgroup segment on Dad Beaks on why I think this next generation's pretty soft. Maybe not the whole generation, but from what I noticed when I started this project, I noticed how soft the next generation of kids coming in. So I then created Dad Beaks. Um, when I was growing up, we and I'm sure a lot of you dads out there, we lived different. There was a lot less information. There was a lot more doing versus now. Either children are more on devices or video games or some sort of distraction, and I believe a lot of people are suffering from this. Information is so fast and in abundance that one minute your kids are doing this, the next minute your kids are doing that, the next minute your kids are doing this, and I feel like kids don't play like they used to. They don't use their imagination like they used to. Not every child, I mean, and not every household, but a large majority live with, I want to say, fast information. I mean, almost every platform has fast information. One minute you're watching this, dopamine rush. Next minute you're watching something else. Another thing is a lot of kids suffer from not going outside. A lot of kids suffer from not either, and it falls on the parents. I mean, I was guilty just as many of you beaks are. Um, Not participating in sports, not participating in some sort of group for their mental health. Like if you have children that are just hidden in their room, or children that are just on those devices, like you go out to dinner, kids on devices, you're having a family night and everyone's watching either a movie, they're on their devices, and parents too on their devices. So I always go with the audio frequency, visual frequencies that people are suffering from, and it's something that Dad Beaks, Mom Beaks should say, "Whoa, we might have to reassess." When I was growing up, another reason why I think kids are soft, I asked none of my children have ever been into an actual fight. Not that you have to, but I remember growing up, if we were friends, it's probably because we either wrestled or had some physical contact. I was sitting down with my children and I realized I failed them because there was no grappling, there was no wrestling. I grew up my whole childhood, like my neighborhood, we wrestled. We did some sort of wild WWF, or we threw hands. Like it, and I know a lot of my generation, that's what we did. I don't know how you live, but that's what we did. I lived in a small town, small population, but if, for instance, you had problems with another kid, you handled it, and then somehow you guys either squashed it or that was it. Now, this generation is more either offended or either scared, or, and I don't recommend. I don't recommend kids throwing hands, but some sort of physical contact, I think, is missing, or some sort of masculinity. And I know I'll probably get some junk for talking about this, but even the female beaks, young, it was a different lifestyle for me growing up, and I'm sure the generation before me was even more different. I believe this generation coming up is going to be a lot weaker, a lot more sensitive, a lot more needing reassurance, a lot more. I think they got babied. I think even 20-year-olds, I think they got either babied, maybe held too much, or their parents either I know either spoiled them. I think there needs to be a drastic change. But what do I know? I'm just going with what I observe in my household, what I see on these social media platforms, what is interesting, what gets trending, and it's more of a the world has gotten stupid, and it's our responsibility as Dad Beaks, Mom Beaks to say, like, okay, the world's like this, but we're not like this. And I know there's a lot of parents out there like that do think like this, like, what the hell is going on? And that's Dad Beaks. That was another reason I started this, to create better relationships with my children and talk to other dads that have great relationships with their children. And how can we take, instead of the information given out on the social medias, on the TV, and instead talk directly, hey man, how do you do it? I mean, this is the way I do it. I don't know if it's right. How do you do it? Versus letting them just fucking drown in these devices. This is my Big Beaks Dad Talk. It's another one of my Big rants. If you like it, give it a like, give it a follow, give it a share. I'm just trying to warm up myself to this camera. It is very uncomfortable, but I'm having fun while doing it, and I'm doing it on my time. So, cheers to Dad Beaks. Cheers to Mom Beaks. And that's Big Social Club.